Well, welcome to today's episode. We have a very exciting guest, Randy Tate. Randy is the co-founder and CEO of iFlip. So iFlip gives users an automated real-time stock and ETF portfolio, all powered by AI. And for those just joining the podcast, we at Strativa AI help businesses scale their revenue over 12 months using AI. So if you want to learn how to take your business to the next level, be sure to stick around for future episodes, and as well, drop in the messages, a DM, if you'd like to have a growth session. So Randy, can you tell us a bit about yourself, what your role is at iFlip and just what got you started in your field?
Yeah, it's a little bit different story, Mark. I did not come to the tech world with tech background or tech chops in general. I'm a school teacher by trade. My master's degree is in education, and I just had an affinity for doing business. So, in the nature of time, don't need to go into all those, but I've had 2 exits successful. The second one was in the SaaS world, the software as a service world. And while I was working at the company that had acquired us, I ended up meeting by happenstance the co-founder of this company named Kelly. And Kelly spent 30 years on Wall Street as a quant mathematician. He built the technology that manages the risk desk for Deutsche Bank, like all $6 billion of it. And what we talked about was this, and this is what started our company, and this will be the theme of everything we talk about, is Wall Street as a principle passes the risk of investing to Main Street. I say that all the time. People don't quite understand what that means.
Yeah,
and what that means
mean?
is that they do, through the use of things like Robinhood. It's a beautiful app. It's free. You can trade on it. It's awesome. They've grown. They're phenomenal. But they encourage really bad behavior, and they generate a lot of bad behavior that's not mathematically sound or maybe even smart. It's more like gambling. That's one way. The other way they do it, and this is the one that really bothers me, and this is the one that bothers my partner, and this is what fires us up every day. They do it through the use of the traditional financial advisory world. They hide behind the curtain of advisor or fiduciary or financial planner. And when they hide behind those monikers, all they're really doing is selling you the products that BlackRock, JP Morgan, Fidelity, Wealthfront, Betterment, and I'm naming all those names because they all make products to sell to public. Your advisor is just a salesman. And so when you think about it from that perspective, and how do I know this? Because I promise you that BlackRock, JP Morgan, Fidelity, Vanguard, Schwab, all of them, they themselves are not investing the institution's money in the things they're giving you to invest in. Why? Well, that's because they're passing the risk to you. So what we're doing is we're giving the general public tools that are only available to the biggest institutions at the highest of levels. And we're treating your small investment like they treat their $1 billion investment. And so that's the background of Flip. That's where we came from. We've been growing like crazy. We grew it over 400% last year. And in the process, we're really democratizing the space and evening the playing field. Nobody's really doing what we're doing. And I know you said portfolios in the introduction. We call them smart.
Okay. Expand on that if you would.
So a SmartFolio is where a bucket of stocks, like a portfolio would have, it might have, 10 stocks in it, maybe an ETF or 2. Inside that bucket, if you go to the traditional advisory place and you get a portfolio, that portfolio buys and holds. And the mantra is buy and hold. Don't take your money out because you can't time the market. It'll go up eventually and it will recover. They are correct about that. But what they're not correct about is you can in fact time the market. So the way ours works is each one of those symbols inside that portfolio has an algorithm. And there's a big difference in a general algorithm and AI. They are not the same. We're not what you would think of as a AI shop like ChatGPT. Well, I'll give you a little more on that in a second.
Okay.
So each of those symbols has an algorithm, mathematics, determining the risk of owning it. We are a risk-first company. We try to keep the risk about half the risk of owning the S&P 500. So we give you that tool that does that. Now, here's where we get very different. That algorithm doesn't report to a human. So if you're in the traditional world, an algorithm reports to a human. The human changes the indicators, the inputs, and what it wants it to do.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Let me give you one easy example. Say you're trading. You could put an algorithm on Apple that says anytime Apple gets more than 5% above its 200-day moving average, buy it.
Yeah.
Go. And the computer will do that. That mathematical algorithmic type of trading has been around since the 70s and 80s. It's not new.
Right.
It's also not AI. If you want that number to change, if you want it to go from 10% to 20% or 200 days to 100 days, a human has to change it. So we're back to the human.
Mm-hmm.
Our algorithms report to AI. Report to AI that's been live running since 2017 and has been trained for the past 20 years. So
Okay,
that
so
AI,
you're saying that your product launched in 2017 with this?
correct,
Okay, got it.
which was way before people were talking about AI.
Yeah, yeah.
It's also not a language model. It's mathematics and finance, and it's our own. It's our proprietary. This is not something you can go pull off the, Chat GPT world.
Right.
It's not open AI. This
Yeah.
AI is not open to the public.
Yeah.
And here's the real differentiator. That AI can, in fact, override the algorithm and change its functions. So not the human, based on over 211 indicators that have been mapped over the last 20 years. And so that is the whole concept in a blurb nutshell for you of how we do. I'm sure you probably have some questions. I'll stop talking.
Yeah, no, understood. So with that, then the AI is sitting there as, I guess, like the investment partner, replacing a human to a degree to oversee the
Completely.
algorithms, right? And then, so what does the human interface look like for the user, where they're able to say, like, tell the AI how aggressive they want to be or
Nope.
what have you?
No, it's even simpler. So we set out to do three things. We wanted to be better than what's available today for the average person. We are. Quite no question, we are better. We are better in performance and we are better in risk mitigation than anything you can go get just about anywhere else. We want it to be easier. To your next question, the user interface is super simple. Not only is it color coordinated, but each SmartFolio is titled in a way that tells you whether or not it's aggressive, balanced, or conservative. And so you would just pick
Oh,
the SmartFolio. You would say, I want aggressive, or I want big tech, which is just the Mag 7. I want
sure.
big tech. And then you look at it, shows you what it's done, how it's been performing, what its theme is, what symbols it owns, whether or not the AI owns it as of today or not. And then you just put a dollar amount and hit go, and the AI does everything after that.
Okay. And so you're in that smart folio, and then, yeah, like, what sort of, is it just like the user can check it monthly and decide to change to a
Daily,
different
weekly,
smart
monthly.
folio, or what does that look
Yeah.
like?
Yeah, there's currently 9 additive SmartFolios and 3 foundation, what we call core SmartFolios.
Okay.
And depending on how you want to take risk, you're completely in charge. This is self-directed. You're doing your own investing, but the
Right.
AI is doing it for you. So you just maybe you're a big energy person, and so you would pick red oil. Maybe you want, they all have unique names, and there's a nice little description on it. It's designed so somebody that knows nothing about the market can invest in the market. And the AI executes the trades for you automatically. You don't have to trade.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. So you mentioned that you're doing, or I guess last year you did like 400% growth. Is that right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. What does the upcoming year look like?
We're on pace to beat that this year in 2025.
Right.
We are growing like crazy. We have very low churn. We're not, I will say what we're not. We're not a trading platform. If you're a day trader, you're a professional trader, you're into options and you're shorting stuff and you're making lots of moves all the time, that's not us.
Yeah.
We're an investment platform. We will execute the trades for you. We don't want to make a lot of trades. One of the things the advisors are correct about is that the market does generally go up most of the time. So you want to be in during those times. But what you don't want to do is ride those dips. You don't want to ride those dips. You want your beta, which is the risk compared to the S&P 500, to be under 1. And we do that in most cases.
Mm-hmm. And so as you're tracking to hit those new numbers, what are you guys doing to grow your business?
I'm doing it right now. This is it. We spend very little on marketing, mostly word of mouth. We have a few partners that promote the heck out of us. And, that's it. I speak on stages a lot.
Do you?
At all
Okay.
different events and conferences. And so that's how we've grown to date. We are in the middle of a Series A funding round, which once we complete this round, we will then start doing some more formal digital marketing. We don't do a lot of digital marketing, but we're adding, I don't know, a couple $100,000 a day to the platform organically right now.
What does that mean? You're adding it to the platform?
Yeah. So our software helps people manage a dollar amount. So our software is helping people manage about $80 million. And we're
Okay.
adding about 200,000 or so a day to that.
Got it. Okay. Understood. What sort of either cultural or organizational barriers have you encountered when just sharing about the product and the utilization of AI?
It's interesting. People still today don't understand AI. You're in the space. You get it.
Yeah.
Most people today are treating AI like the next generation of Google. That's what they're using it for. That is what
A
most
lot
people
are
do with it,
indeed. Yeah.
And if, as you explore the space, you understand it's so much more than that. It can do so much more than, answer your Google questions or, design the paint color of your house. It can do lots of other things. Ours in specific is mathematics. And so what I tell people is that a lot of people think AI is going to take over the world. It's not. It's going to change it, and it's going to continue to change it. And AI is only as good as the person setting the thing up. It really is. The skill set is going to go from your ability to write, in C# or R or whatever code you write in, to your ability to create indicators and build AI machines in the back. Like our AI doesn't even run in the same code base as our customer interface. And it doesn't have to, because you can teach them to talk to each other. And so what people, as you start to go down the path of AI and, it fits everywhere. AI has a spot in every vertical of your business, whether you're trying to grow. We use AI on all other kinds of things as well. We have our little AI
Yeah,
chat.
that's what I was going to ask. How else are you implementing AI in your own business?
Correct. All over the place, to the point where at a $500 billion on our platform, we would only need 60 employees. So when you let that sink in, that also creates a barrier to competition from the big guys. For them to try and implement something that would need half the labor force that they have, or 2/3 they don't need, that's a painful hit socially. So
It's a huge cut.
and so that's our niche, and we're using AI through all facets. On the marketing side, we're using it. We use it for design. We use it in creative, although we have an agency that is in-house. We also use it in customer support. We use it in research. We use ChatGPT and all kinds of stuff and other forms of AI. But our own AI that's our baby. That's our machine in the back. And we've got some really good people that design our AI. We're running off over 200 indicators that are mapped. My team keeps trying to get me to buy 2 Blackwell cards for them because they want it to go faster.
Of course.
Yeah, they always want the next faster thing. I'm like, I just bought you 2 new things. You just,
Yeah.
they don't, we want more. But that's the nature of the conversations, and AI will impact every piece of the business as we move forward.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. And how do you balance the human?
We actually have a phone line.
Okay, imagine that. Don't tell me it's a landline.
No, it's not a landline, but it's still one of these.
Yeah.
Our customer support team has phones. They're also bilingual, and we're set up to be able to talk to anybody we want. We also now, though, know that not as many people are calling as used to.
Mm.
People like the little, FAQs. They like the
Mm-hmm.
tutorial videos. In fact, we have a new interface on the front end that's rolling out next week. But before that goes, we'll send a video. Our customer support team will be ready. Our whole team, well, I still do some support. We're only 2,100 customers. So we're not like overloaded with millions of people yet. So, we all take part in that. But I believe in the phone. I believe you need to be able to call and talk to a person. At the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day, some people will always want to do that. And so we're going to, as long as we can afford to do it, we will make sure that is a definite possibility.
And what do you see as some primary obstacles that businesses face in general when trying to scale AI solutions?
Yeah, there's a bunch. The biggest one is the perception. I say that very specifically, that word, the perception of time. They don't
Perception
have
of,
time to learn. And if they can't learn, a lot of small business owners in particular, if they don't know it, they don't do it. And that barrier of learning, just, I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll bet half your listeners are thinking right now, yeah, I've been meaning to get to that. I've been meaning to learn how to use that. I need to do more on ChatGPT. I'm established in my ways. I need to do more. Every business needs somebody like you helping, coaching, teaching them on how to use the AI to scale their business. It's the only way you're going to be able to compete, because the cost of human labor is just too much. And what ChatGPT can do, not just ChatGPT, what AI can do, I should say, what
sure.
AI can do for your business is cut your labor need drastically and increase performance. I know people that were, whether they're in the marketing side of the world, they're in content creation, they're in, branding, any of that type of stuff. What was taking 30, 40 hours now takes one.
Yeah.
And you can just be so much more effective if you're properly using the tool. At the same time, don't treat it like TikTok and just go dive off in
Right.
the deep end and spend all your time doing that and forget to go to work.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. It's easy to get lost in sometimes because it goes so many places and do so much. And it's really important to stay focused with what the task is that you're really trying to implement it to do for you. Yeah. So to really gain those
Absolutely.
efficiencies and leverage the scale
It's
there.
hard. It's not
Yeah.
easy. This is probably since people had to stop using fax machines, this is the biggest
Oh, yeah.
technology jump.
Yeah. All of those technological jumps kind of combined and then on steroids. It's
Yes.
just massive.
It's so
Yeah.
fast and furious.
And it
I'm finding new
touches so
stuff
many parts of
every
life.
day.
Yeah. Yeah. And so what are you guys doing to make sure that your AI is following the financial regulations and compliance issues?
We don't. Literally, we don't. I mean, literally, it's that simple. We don't. We're not regulated. We are a software as a service company that
Okay.
provides tools to the end user to
Got it.
choose to
And your
use as they
tool
want.
it's all in-house with the proprietary. So that's why you can, I see. It's just a service that you're interacting with the users or it's
Correct.
interacting.
Correct. We don't give advice.
Yeah.
We don't tell them which SmartFolio to pick. In fact, we let them build their own if they want, or they
Uh-huh.
can just buy and sell.
Right. Right.
One thing that the
I see.
regulatory agencies did ask us to do, and I have complied because I don't want to fight with those guys. They asked us to make sure that when a customer is looking at a symbol at a stock, that we let them know whether or not the AI has them in it or out of it. And
Mhm.
that's it. Giving them the
Mhm.
freedom to go just buy it on their own if they want,
Sure.
because we're not forcing them to use our SmartFolios. They can go buy and sell on their own. They can make their own SmartFolios, or they can use the ones that we built already.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And as you've been building them, have you encountered any times where there's been a setback or some sort of slowdown because of the implementation of the AI? Like, how did you overcome that?
No, we started that way. And so our system's built to create new whenever we want. Even a customer can go build their own SmartFolios in real time.
Huh?
Literally, you could say, I want a SmartFolio that has just Apple and Facebook. That's all I want to trade, but I want the AI to do it automatically for me. I want it to be, I'm going to put $500 in it, and I want half the money to go to Apple, half the money to go to Facebook. Go. And the AI goes.
Yeah.
Most people don't do that. Interestingly enough, people in general, this is for all the business owners out there as well that are watching, your customers are all looking for the big red easy button. Everybody likes the big red easy button. People will take the big red easy button almost every time. And so I encourage everybody to make a big red easy button. Our big red easy button is the SmartFolios.
Sure. Yeah.
You click. I mean, you could just trade the S&P 500 in there if you want. That's one SmartFolio just by itself. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Doesn't get any easier.
No, it doesn't. Love that button.
Yeah. Love that button. We all love that button. So
We do.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the whole idea in the regulation space. We're just trying to give the tools to the people that the big boys have.
Yeah, I love it. Empowering the people.
That's the whole idea. You got to, this industry needs to be rearranged.
Yeah.
It does. It takes advantage of the masses through the channels we talked about. And by the way, our fee, we charge $7.
Really? Is that it? Oh my gosh. Wow. I certainly didn't expect that.
I know. Well, that's number 3. We're better. We're easier to use. And number 3, we're drastically less expensive. And you don't even there are also no broker fees until your account gets to $10,000. And then the broker will charge you $10 a month. That's the beauty of the ability to scale with less people. That should be like a little bit of a mic drop for you.
I was going to say.
There is no, unless your sibling or uncle or best friend is the person managing your money, there is no reason you don't move to us and use us as your financial tool to grow your wealth.
So are you looking to scale based on volume?
Both. Here's another interesting thought. I do a lot of planning. And going into 2024, we were rolling out some things with partners to try and grow without having to raise too much more money. And we were anticipating a lot of small accounts. We were thinking that we would get, a lot of $1,000 accounts because you only need $500 minimum to invest to get started. We were expecting a lot of that $1,000 to $5,000 range. And instead, we ended up with an average account size of $35,000.
Wow.
And I have people now once a week. Someone today I saw signed up, set up a new account and moved $350,000. And people are moving 300, 500, 700, $1 million at a time to our platform because we're better and easier, but because of the fees. If you go to the traditional advisory world, you're paying a percentage of assets, an asset under management fee. You're paying it no matter what. As long as that money's invested, you're paying. And if you're paying 1% on $1 million, it's a whole lot more than $7 a month.
Yeah.
So we get a head start just by virtue of our fees.
Yeah. Okay. And so you mentioned both. So I asked by volume and you said yes and by both. And so what are you referring to would be the second one?
By assets. Okay. Our revenue on the broker side, the revenue goes up, like I said, at $10,000, you pay $10 a month. At $25,000, I think it goes up to $20 a month or $15 a month, and it scales up until your account is over $100,000. At $100,000, you meet the maximum threshold of what you can pay.
Okay,
which is $140. Yeah, it's $140 a month for the broker, and still $7 a month for the software, and that's it. There's no other fees, which is still way cheaper than anything you can pay in the professional advisory world.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're going to move your money
Wow.
now,
What a
homework.
great model. Yeah, you got me thinking. We'll talk more offline about that.
So that happens a lot when I do these podcasts.
I bet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It sounds too good to be true.
That's the idea,
Yeah,
but it's not. That's the
yeah,
reality of it is, people also thought when Blockbuster decided not to buy Netflix, they thought there's no way people will mail back a DVD.
right.
And then they thought there's really no way someone's going to download a movie from their computer. It's going to what? Fly through the air and land in my movie? No, that'll never happen.
Right. And look at us
And look
now
where
with
we
all the
are today.
streaming. Yeah, totally. Totally.
That's us. We are, when you compare us to the traditional advisory world, we are Netflix. They're a Blockbuster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you
Better,
go.
easier, less expensive.
I love it. What are you guys doing internally to measure your own success?
Our KPIs are pretty specific. We track customer acquisition, subscriber acquisition, and customer acquisition, two different animals. Subscriber means they've set up an account. They've done everything except put money in. Once they put money in, that's when they become a customer, because that's when we
Okay.
charge.
Sure.
So customer growth, subscriber growth, and then total asset growth, which equals revenue growth. So that's it. We're sitting, we're growing all of them at about the same pace, which is
Okay.
fantastic. We'll be over 100 million on the platform by the end of the year.
Wow. What would you say is your biggest challenge that would be slowing you down towards hitting there?
Well, a big market turndown. People
Well,
stop
that's kind of,
investing.
yeah, that
They
could
stop
certainly,
investing.
and that's out of your control, right? Yeah.
That's the AI will protect against a lot of that, the big
Uh-huh.
ones. But the AI will pull you out in times of risk and leave you in cash. So when that cash is just sitting in cash, it's not growing. It's being protected. There's a big difference in protecting and growing. We say protection equals performance, because I'd rather sit in cash than absorb a 10% drop. I'll go back in later and take the ride up with more money. So that would be the biggest risk, would be some kind of cliff. Something like, if the Supreme Court comes back and says Donald Trump has to refund all these tariffs,
Yeah.
that would be really bad. It'd be bad for our stock market. It'd be bad for our country. It'd be bad for us as a company. It'd be really bad for small business. Things like that is what would be the biggest risk to the continued growth.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a human oversight every day. The software only trades on the open every morning. So we do have a human every morning that sees every trade that's being made. And if something looks whacked, we've got the other big red button that says stop.
Mm-hmm.
We can override it if we wanted to. Today, we have not had to do that.
Okay. Fantastic.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. Knock on wood.
Yeah. So
And
yeah.
from a company's perspective, because that's really like an outside, of things that you cannot control. What about internally, things that might be holding you back?
Capital and growth is the result of more capital and growth.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're in the middle of our Series A funding round. We're raising capital right now for the
Yeah, that's
Series
great.
A.
What will that
which-
unlock for you? I guess is
It will double our growth, and it'll unlock the ability to go get the talent that we need to be able to do that, because we only have 15 employees and we're running really lean. And so, even though we're not necessarily a startup anymore, we're still young, very small, young business. And we're always trying to manage the dollars.
mm-hmm.
More money in
Indeed.
the bank would be awesome. We're growing like crazy, but we're still not to the point where we just have buckets of money laying around trying to figure out what to do with it. We will be.
I don't doubt that.
We will be. So yeah, the company is called iFlip. It's iFlipinvest.com. We have a really active YouTube channel.
Okay.
Lots of videos on there, lots of talk about the stock market, what's going on. We have guests on there. We do an AI circle every 2 weeks. We do a live YouTube video, and then we have shorts all over the place as well. So any of your followers that are listening, if they want to go check us out on YouTube, you can see the big orange logo. It's on my hat.
Nice.
And iFlipinvest.com is the website.
Okay.
Or they can even email me, Randy at iFlipinvest.com.
Okay, great. Yeah, we'll be sure to add those into the show notes for everyone. And yeah, if there's anything else you'd like to conclude with, now would be a good time.
Yeah, just the industry is changing. You must find ways to protect yourself because of the volatility of the markets. The market volatility is going to get worse and worse. It's not going to be stable like it's been the last 40 years. And it's had some turmoil times, but it's going to be more tumultuous. Also, you can trade crypto on our platform under the same mathematics and algorithm. So
Yeah.
all of those things, the ability to hedge. I'm not saying all of your wealth should be on the Flip platform, but the big piece that you want for retirement, the safe money, needs to be. I would encourage you to put it on our platform. I don't like to say
Nudge,
need.
nudge.
Nudge, nudge. Yeah, nudge, nudge.
Very
So
good.
that's it. Thanks for having me, Mark.
Indeed. Yeah. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate it. I know it took a second swing at things here,
Yeah.
and I think it's been just fantastic. So I appreciate you, Randy. All the best to you and the team at iFlip, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Awesome.